Okay, very good showing by the bull so far. This will be pretty much the second on the E-mini, the second buy signal. So again, you could probably get in if you didn't already and maybe look at your stop halfway, but still in uncharted water. But you definitely want to make sure that you're looking at this. And I think that it looks good so far. You would just have to keep a tight stop and make sure, things are going well. Again, same thing you see from the SPY, came back in and gave you a nice buy signal. So the volume has increased. So this one looks good. NQ. NQ is looking okay for now. I mean, again, I would wait for that same type of pattern that we saw in the ES to kind of give us a secondary confirmation here, because this is our first buy signal, but it did come on high volume, saw low volume on this one bar right here. But then remember that Friday was when it went up to the June contracts, so we just have to be cautious and make sure that we're looking at good things right here. So far, we're looking good. But again, going back to the ES, remember that we need to hold. So for the moving average, guys, the moving average, 200 moving average is like at 2,000. So we need to hold it. We're not that far away from it. So we just need to hold it. Looking at the YM, you could definitely know that the key names that we spoke about, again, the second buy signal, we want to see how this one continues to the upside, but looks good so far to the upside. I wouldn't be afraid of this right here, but again, you want to make sure you have a real tight stop going on. Also remember that Apple, so a lot of people are going to be looking at the Fed and probably saying that that's going to be a part of the news for Wednesday, but also remember that Apple goes into the Dow after Friday. After Wednesday after hours. So they're gonna have to probably push that down on Wednesday just to let that expensive name go into that index. So just be cautious about that. IWM, continuing hard, the volume's really lightening up, but again, it's moving higher, so you don't really have to worry about that. Apple had a pretty good showing today. Nothing crazy, but again, above this, you'd have to be cautious. Again, volume is down, so be cautious, okay? We still have to have, of course, bias to the upside. Amazon, this one is actually looking pretty good. We just want to see if it could pop above here, but this is looking pretty good. Volume is light, however, but we want to see if we could break above here and have some increasing volume. Baidu's not doing anything. Bank of America actually is still in a kind of weak position. It's still below these levels that we have talked about numerously. So, hold on for a second. So we might have to just be, keep our sit on our hands regarding this. Again, the volume is really light for this one. So again, if it breaks down below these areas around this 16 bucks area, you could see some flush down. So just be cautious regarding that. Google has a good setup so far. It's looking pretty good. You would have to have, again, bias to the upside for this name. And sorry for the fax machine going on in the background. Who the hell still has a fax? But me, I'm trying to turn this damn thing off. Okay. And it's continuing to the upside. So we just have to kind of see where we go from there. The volume is pretty much spot even. And so, again, this might be a good long that might be setting up. Yahoo, Yahoo is still looking weak. It's been sideways for such a long time. I think if it gets a break below here, it really might be looking for a short potential. USO, we all know that, again, I said that the target is about 41 for crude, and it went to like 42. I want to go to like 42.50, so it's close. Again, I've been saying this for 3 weeks now. I did a video, if you want to look back on my channel, about 3 weeks ago, and I was getting a lot of shit regarding me saying that it's still in a downtrend. But again, I'm not one to toot my horn or anything like that. I just try to use sound, fun, technical analysis, and we can see the downtrend. You don't try to pick a bottom and continue to go from there. Price line. Still looking kind of good. I mean, it didn't fill up the entire gap, but it looks pretty good. Again, I would wait, but again, that this is you don't want to buy in and then it's continue down. So that's the only reason why. So let's say you get a pop up, come back to this area, pop back up. That's a better, but there's no perfect, but that's a better setup to me, just because of a lot of stuff that's going to be going on. Remember, I said that Wednesday might look like a potential short and stuff. Again, this might be just profit taking. I think a lot of people are looking at Tesla. I think it's just profit taking from the shorts. I don't see anything about this to say would I go long. Dow name, IBM, still looking very, very weak to me. It's just continuing its downward spiral. You have eBay might be giving a little It's maybe you could squeeze out a flag if you want to see this, but I wouldn't be trading it up so high. Netflix, again, you see that we have this, and again, this is the reason. So, like all the other charts, you might say, "Oh, you're such a punk for not taking that," or "How perfect do you want to be?" It's not that I want to be perfect, but you see how it dropped down like this, came, gave one buy signal, popped back up, and shot back down. If you just wait and say, okay, if it breaks below here and comes back into this area, that would be a better setup for me personally. So again, this name is something that I wouldn't buy right here, right now, just because of how fast it's come down from this name. But again, it's still, you still have to have some type of bias to the upside. So again, we're still in uncharted waters again, but the indexes still look good so far. But again, we are close to what a lot of the moving averages guys would say could be potential. We're not we're not even 100 points away from 2,000, so we just got to be very, very cautious. That could be a day or two. That could be an hour. So let's just make sure that you can, if you're in stuff, you take it off. And again, I'm still in Microsoft to the downside. Which is still looking good. It didn't have much follow through from that other day. So if I could get a break below this low and continue to flush down, again, my target is here, but my stops are rolled down to protect a lot of profits. Take care.